Hi, my name is Dr. Robin Abramsek, and I am a general dentist in Heath, Texas. The name of my practice is Smile Reach Dentistry, and I practice with an integrative and biological approach. I'm here today with my blog writer, Michael McNeal.
Hello, everyone.
And we want to talk to you a little bit about a raw diet. So most of our patients that come to us eat a Western price diet, which means they eat mostly vegetables, high quality fats, and protein. So they eat animal protein. But we also have a portion of our patients that are vegan and they prefer to eat more of a raw diet. So we're here to talk to you today a little bit about that. Michael, what do you have to say about a raw diet?
So when I first went vegan, and I was 17, believe it or not, and I'm 26, I decided to go raw. So I heard a raw food educator named David Wolf, who I still like to this day, and he talked about just making sure that when you go on a raw food diet, you have plenty of fat, plenty of protein, not just vegetables and nuts. So he was talking about how when you transition to raw, you tend to lose weight because you can't have enough calories. So, and calorie density is important because I don't want to be like a thin, emaciated, iron deficient vegan that does not look healthy. And believe it or not, when I first went raw, I wasn't fully educated on that. So after 2 years, I got down to 115 pounds, which was not healthy. And yet I was preaching to everybody about being healthy, which is funny. And so I learned through other educators to start adding in cooked food, add in plenty of fats, so saturated fats like coconut oil, having lots of hemp seed oil, flaxseed oil, because I was basically just fraying out my nervous system. I wasn't feeding my nervous system with anything.
Wow.
So I was really wiry and just really jittery and kind of a little bit out of control. And so I would say some tips: if you're gonna go raw, or even not even just raw, but if you go vegan, make sure you have enough fat in your diet, because that's also a Weston A. Price principle that we should adopt as vegans, is having enough fat to feed the nervous system.
That's good. Well, I know a good friend of ours, Roger Bazanis, he actually recommends that if you're eating raw, to not juice, to eat the vegetables and fruit and the way that they're here on Earth.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting, because a lot of times we feel bored, and so we start to alter food, and that destroys the enzymes, and the enzymes are a really important constituent that we really need for our body.
Mm-hmm. And that's something too that I got into, was making smoothies. So rather than juicing all the time, I'd make smoothies, which at least the fiber is still there. But I'll never forget, I think it's David Wolf who says it. He says, chew your juice and drink your food, which is like, if you drink juice, leave it in your mouth, move your mouth around, give it some time for the saliva to mix in before you just drink it straight down. And then same thing with smoothies, put something in it that causes you to chew it. So I used to put goji berries in there, or I'd actually put whole almonds in there, and I'd have a big smoothie, and I'd wind up drinking it, and I'd get a little crunchy, if you will. I would chew on it and swallow it down. I felt like it absorbed better. I wasn't just drinking a smoothie down or downing a juice. I got it to actually kind of sit in my stomach, so I felt like I was absorbing everything. And actually, smoothies were a big part of me gaining weight and like kind of coming back. Now I'm at 170, which is nice, and I've been vegan ever since. But now I'm high fat, smoothies every day, lots of protein every day. Of course, all the supplements that we recommend, so that I'm not nutritionally deficient anywhere. And I feel good. Not that it's for everybody, because people thrive on a Weston A. Price diet or a vegan diet, but it's up to you.
That's right, and we support whatever our patients want.
Definitely.
And so what about, if you're a vegan, what about beta carotene?
So here's a funny story on that. I actually started doing so much spirulina, so much chlorella, so much carrot juice. I would hold up my hands like this, and I would be pure orange. All of my skin was turning orange. So it's good to have some, but because all those foods are so rich in it, we can actually start just saturating our cells with that, and we can start turning orange, which, I mean, aesthetically is not very pleasing, but I mean, there are a lot of health benefits to it too at the same time. So it's finding that balance, I think. So I just got so into superfoods, and I was so zealous for everything that I was just on so much beta carotene. I was actually kind of freaking my parents and friends out because I was so orange.
And I've seen that before.
Yeah. So it's a healthy balance, and you'll find that balance. I was I mean, to give you an example, I'd have 2 tablespoons of spirulina in the morning, 2 tablespoons of chlorella. I would have a carrot juice, and I'd probably have like an algae drink at the end of the night, and I just became this algae fanatic. And it a little bit goes a long way. And so I don't realize how powerful all these things are, but when I was taking so much of it, it wasn't too good. So we're all about finding the right balance, because we can become excessive on things, and we kind of tilt the, you know, even if it's healthy, you can drink algae till you're blue in the face, and you can be harming your body, you know. So
that's good.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about what would a diet look like for you?
For me, not that this is perfection, but I would wake up and coffee. I know y'all forgive me, everyone in YouTubeville. I'd have coffee every morning. First, I'd drink 32 ounces of water before I'd have anything else. I'd have 1 cup of coffee and a raw food bar. So like I would just some sort of like Bearded Brothers bar or Rawvolution bar, and that was my breakfast. Just really quick and easy, because I was usually getting ready to go to the office. I would make a smoothie in the morning, and I'd have it with me in the fridge, which is, I mean, it's a liquid meal. I could have it anytime. I could have it as a snack, and then every day I'd make quinoa, a massive amount of quinoa with coconut oil, avocados, bell peppers. I'd make my own dressing, which was a coconut curry dressing, and it was huge. And actually, by the time I had my breakfast, a smoothie, and that quinoa ball, wasn't hungry. And so I usually would just drink water at night, and I wouldn't have anything else, because I don't like to eat at night. And so that was another thing for me, is I would only eat during the day. And when night came, if I didn't have anything in my stomach, I went to bed easy for me. So, yeah.
Well, I like to eat chips and queso.
Oh my Lord. No judgment, no judgment.
Thank you.
I like chips and vegan queso too.
Anyway, thank you so much for sharing with us,
welcome.
and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks.